It's actually possible to go to college, earn a real degree, and also learn how to make guitar pedals, solder pickups, or work on some other interesting electric guitar related concept alongside world-renowned luthiers. And that's all thanks to musician educator Dr. VJ Monzo and his Electric Guitar Innovation Lab at Worcester Poly Institute. And VJ recently started what I hope remains an annual tradition, an event that combines a pedal showcase with a student Stompbox build-off. That event is the FX Hackathon. In 2023, it was sponsored by the Les Paul Foundation, and the event started with a performance and keynote by electric guitar whiz and pedal connoisseur, Andy Pitcher. And he has a really interesting perspective on the digital analog debate.
And you also see kind of the first branch off into something that I think makes reputation troubling in the digital world is people trying to copy these analog sounds that we know and love in digital. And it kind of gives digital a bad rep. And I think a really important thing to start noting there is these are two different worlds, and you could never capture analog and digital, and you can never capture digital and analog. And I think it's really important to think of these as two different, decisive and intentional things. You can never copy a marble statue in a painting, and you can never copy a painting and a statue. Different mediums, different things to admire. And I think when we're designing, we have to keep that stuff in mind.
After Andy's performance and words of wisdom, guests were free to try out and discuss gear with vendors, collectors, musicians, and legendary luthiers. But while I was living out my literal dream, the students of WPI were at the event for serious business. Here's the basic idea. 4 groups of students, each led by a coach, had a few hours to brainstorm, create, and test an original Stompbox. They were also able to glean wisdom from pro builders along the way.
And I don't know how we broke it.
Sounds like there's a timing or sample rate issue, which has turned it into a ring mod, which is cool.
Yeah,
that is definitely a happy
There's an
accident.
added bit crusher.
Yeah, we started adding some stuff to it, and I guess somewhere along the way something broke. But
I mean, the only difference between a ring mod and a tremolo is like a factor of 10 somewhere.
Yeah.
So if there's a decimal point where it shouldn't be, then
so
some fun stuff happens.
Yeah.
The successful pedals are featured in a performance by Andy to close the event. Isabel coached Team Repeat. These students intended to design a delay pedal with an octave feature and a controllable high-pass filter. The high-pass filter was added to create a bit of separation between the delayed notes and the dry signal.
You were the first ones out of the gate. This is very exciting. Yeah.
See if it works.
I think it is to me, man.
But although Team Repeat was the first to have a prototype, there was a delay before the Stompbox was functional. And as they returned to hacking, Team Flange Delay, led by Matt, approached Andy for a test run.
There should be volume, so you can just go from here. Yeah.
All right, we'll take this solder here.
And like Team Repeat, Team Flange Delay also needed to return to the lab. And now would be a good time to learn more about how students are making these pedals and the potential issues one could run into. VJ and the Electric Guitar Innovation Lab developed open source software in the visual programming environment Max by Cycling 74. The software allows you to prototype digital audio effects while playing through the rig in real time. As a result, students are able to hear how their changes are affecting the final sound while still in development. Once teams are happy with the code and software, they can connect the microcontroller to their computer and push that code to hardware, which can be placed inside commercially available microcontrollers or embedded in Stompbox enclosures, instruments, and equipment racks. Or if you like the error, you can just leave it in, which was the design philosophy of our first successful group, Team Happy Accidents, led by David.
Yeah.
Square, sine wave.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I can't think of, see, that's cool just because I can't think of a pedal that does that. I'm sure there is one, I just can't name it.
We've hacked it.
Their pedal has a long list of features including multiple tremolos, an octave feature,
There we go. Okay, that's the octave down.
a bit crusher, and an LFO.
Oh, I see. One comes in
Yeah.
and activates the other. I see.
Yeah.
And at some point in the process of creating this pedal, things didn't go as planned, but they decided to run with it.
Andy asked me for a name, and I'm back and forth between calling it the Happy Accident or Food Poisoning.
That's very fun.
The success of Team Happy Accidents was followed by the return of Team Flange Delay with a working pedal.
That should be right.
Yeah.
I think those knobs all the way down make it most resonant, and then more up make it more slapback. From what I think.
And soon afterward, Team Repeat re-emerged.
And the knobs, yeah.
Is that on right now? Oh my god.
But their prototype was still unsuccessful.
You got it.
Alright, well back
Thanks,
up to the
Rocio.
drawing board, I guess.
At this point, we were getting close to the end of the event. And as they returned to the lab for their final attempt, Team Blue Box presented their pedal that turns a guitar into a laser?
I remember that.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
And a thunderstorm.
That's the thunderstorm. The thunderstorm.
But it could also make this really cool sound.
I think this is more you being good at guitar than our pedal being.
No, this is a great pedal.
And so we have our third successful group. And just as we prepared to close the event, Team Repeat had one final attempt.
I can't hear it super clear with all that.
Oh, it's working? Is it?
Yep, it is. Yeah, right?
You know, you just go up here.
With 4 working pedals, it was now time for Andy to somehow learn all of their functions, make them into a pedal board, and then perform with them to close the event. But Andy was up for the challenge and he didn't disappoint. Overall, the event was a huge success that brought together many local companies, artists, students, and legends of the guitar world. And the Electric Guitar Innovation Lab is still fairly young in its development. BJ seems as enthusiastic as ever, and as a result, I believe the guitar world has a lot more exciting innovations to look forward to.